The question has always been, do you take steroids? Do you take PEDs? The answer to that is no. I've always told the truth. I still tell the truth.
What is up, YouTube? Welcome to Amigo Reacts. And today we have a crazy one. I woke up and I saw a video made by Derick for More Plates, More Dates. And it says, The Liver King Lie. And now I am someone that has been tricked by the Liver King. Okay, not tricked, but when people say they're natural, I tend to give them the benefit of the doubt. Kinda. Like I always have in the back of my mind, there's like a maybe that they are natural. I mean, looking at this guy's physique, we can tell that more than likely he is not natural. But he has gone on podcast after podcast saying he's natural, denying it to the death.
A year ago, maybe 2 years ago, it was all about like PEDs and steroids, right? And then, you know, same question, same answer. I didn't touch the stuff, don't touch the stuff, right?
Joe Rogan criticized you. Joe Rogan's a big person in terms of his platform is big. How did that feel when he said, he alluded that you're on steroids or something like that?
Yeah, number one, I don't do it. And number two, what I want you to say is, you know what, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, that guy, in fact, he did say he's in the 0.00001% of genetics if he does it naturally.
I mean, obviously he has some good reasons to lie. He makes $100 million a year in the supplement industry. And beyond that, I think his reason for lying is, I think on some level, he does want to help people with his 9 ancestral tenets, eat, move, sleep, whatever the rest of them are. He wants people to eat better. He wants people to exercise, which will improve their lives. And I think he does care on some level about people in that way. And if he says I'm on steroids, then they are going to disregard everything he says about diet and lifestyle. And they're just going to be like, well, that's why he looks the way he looks. So we're not even going to listen to him. But also, if he says he's on steroids, then people are going to say, well, that's why you look so jacked, not because of your supplement line. So they're not going to buy supplements. So he has a monetary reason to lie. Also, I think a little bit he lies to help people in some way. I mean, that may sound naive, but I think he does care to help people on some level. So anyway, Derick from More Plates, More Dates got some juicy information on the Liver King. So let's watch that together and see what he found on Mr. Brian Johnson, who is no longer the Liver King, but the Liver Liar.
So let's get into it. And as far as I know, the redactions included like personal information that was irrelevant to PEDs and blood test results. It was just like payment information, phone numbers, personal information, etc. And we'll get into the blood work after. I just want to go through all the emails fully before we open the blood test results because it gives a lot of context that then makes sense of the blood work thereafter. So this is the first email, June 29th, 2021, which is notable that this is actually almost 2 months before he started posting as Liver King on social media. And yet he seemingly filled out this contact form identifying himself as Brian Johnson Liver King in brackets with an official email, liverking@ancestralsupplements.com. Like this is very much his brand domain that he is emailing through and his official email address, presumably from his company email address. So no attempt at trying to claim natural or anything, like very, very transparent in this email about what he needs to get out of this, what his goals are over the
All right, since we can't just watch all of Derick's video, I'm just going to explain this to you. So Brian Johnson, aka Liver King, sends an email to a bodybuilding coach in 2021, and he basically says, I am about to start a social media campaign. I want to look jacked and shredded all year round. And then he goes on to tell him exactly what hormones he is taking. We'll get the list soon, but I believe it was 120 milligrams test, which is basically just testosterone replacement therapy. No big thing there. He's taking like 4 vials of HGH a month, or it's like $11,000 worth of HGH a month, which is crazy. But apparently when he takes those 4 vials, his levels are still pretty low, and he thinks he's like a hyper non-responder. But then he was also taking 50 milligrams of Winstrol a day, which he had started 2 weeks before he sent this email. And then he was taking a bunch of other peptides. So just right away sends it to this bodybuilding coach like, hey, can you help me? Here's what I'm taking. Like, not even trying to hide it, which is a little weird for someone that wants to claim natural, but maybe this is before he had made the decision to claim natural. while he's on social media. This was before he blew up on social media. I think it's a little suspicious that he just went around sending emails like this. So I'm like, are these real emails? I mean, I believe Derick. I think he wouldn't post this unless he had like credible information. But yeah, it's just crazy. So Liver King, and he just types confidentiality on the subject line, like that's gonna save him. I feel like someone like him who makes $100 million a year would make a coach sign an NDA before he discloses all this information to them. But maybe not. Maybe he's just carefree and just sends things like that.
So stoked. Thank you. What's a good date and time for you to have our consultation? I live in the Republic of Texas, Houston. So I am CST. I believe that's 12 hours behind you. This is an absolute priority for me. So I will cancel almost anything planned to make this happen with you. My preferred times are 7 a.m., 8 a.m., or 9 a.m. on Wednesday CST, but could easily do 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. almost any evening. In your time, I believe that's 7 p.m., 8 p.m., or 9 p.m. on Thursday, or 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. almost any morning of the week. Please check my math on that. Since that's outside of your regular hours, I'm happy to compensate for the trouble. So let's dig right in. As it relates to my goals, I'm the face of several brands, including Ancestral Supplements, which is the handle he used here from his official company email. And I've just hired a team to build the Liver King brand with the goal of 1 million followers by March 2022.
Now that I have this information and re-looking at these videos, I find myself a little silly that I ever even thought maybe he could be natural. He's so jacked, and then the way his stomach is, like the way his abs and stomach are so big like a shell, like it's obvious that he was taking so much HGH, but I just like to believe people. Like I just don't like to believe that people are liars. Like even I feel like anyone could get one over on me because I'm so trusting. I'll just like, if you're like, I'm natural, I'm like, okay, you're natural. Okay, I believe you. But obviously, I mean, I'm not that dumb. Like, obviously, if Phil Heath came up to me on the Olympia stage, I'd be like, and said he was natural. Not going to believe that. But, man, this is crazy. And then, I mean, obviously, someone could have taken the time out to Photoshop these emails and send them to Derick. Because how many people have seen Liver King? And, I mean, I wouldn't put it past someone to spend their days creating fake emails to blow this up and be like, look, he's a liar. But I actually do think he's on steroids. Joe Rogan was right from the beginning.
The Liver King thing drives me nuts because that guy's on steroids.
Well,
just shut the fuck up.
Well, so
I know he's eating really healthy. It's clear he's eating all these animal foods, and he's eating organ meat, which is very rich in nutrients. All that's true, but he's dodging the main bullet.
Well, it's too late for him now because he said no.
Yeah.
So if he is even on TRT, he should come out and just say it.
Well, look at him.
Because, yeah, I mean.
Just, do you know how rare it is to have a physique like that and not be on steroids?
If you guys saw that part of Joe Rogan's podcast where he said, this guy's got an ass full of steroids, he's lying. Joe Rogan was right from the beginning. If you guys watch the full video, the way these emails read, it does sound like how Liver King would write an email. Like you can tell from the way someone speaks, and then if like, because we have enough videos of Liver King, so we know how he speaks. And then if you were to read an email and say, do you think that's the same person? I feel like anyone can tell, like, yeah, that's the same type of speech patterns that that person uses. It's definitely a possibility that that's the same person that wrote the emails. But if Derick, more plates, more dates, wrote an email, we've seen so many videos of his that we'd be able to tell, like, yeah, that's his same speech patterns. That's his email. So I don't think this was faked. All right, guys. So as I was saying earlier, here is the full stack of what Liver King was taking before he contacted this bodybuilding coach. He sent him the list of everything that he was taking. And this was back in 2021, before he blew up on social media. So maybe before he even decided to tell people he was natural, maybe he decided later that it was his best interest to tell people that he was natural. And before this, he just didn't care. So he was being careless. But I mean, I really don't know why he would just double down on the natural thing when he knows he has sent emails like this. Like maybe he just thinks people will be, people are going to be like, if he says confidentiality on the email, that people are going to listen to it. And he thinks maybe because he has a lot of money, people will be scared of sharing this information for fear of being sued, which when I first saw this video, that's the first thing I thought of. Like, isn't Derick scared of getting sued, like sharing this information, like with Liver King's full email on there, completely calling him out, like, here he's on steroids. It says right here he's on steroids. He said it himself, he's on steroids. Like, I would be scared that Liver King's gonna sue me for like defamation or try to prove that none of that was really mine, or you know what I mean? But anyway, here is the full list of everything he was taking. So IGF-1LR, been taking this for a year. CJC with IMAP, been taking this for a year. I'm not sure what that is. Ibutamorin, been taking this for 2 months. Omnitrope, been taking this for 6 weeks. I believe Omnitrope is the HGH. Test sip, 0.6 cc per week, cruise dose. 0.6 cc, usually it comes in 200 milligrams per milliliter when it's prescribed by a doctor. So 0.66 is going to be 120 milligrams per milliliter, or 120 milligrams per week. Deca, 0.66, probably about the same. I don't know what Deca comes in. I don't know. Been taking this for 3 weeks. And then Winstrol, 50 milligrams a day. Just started this. Been taking this for 3 weeks. So Liver King sent this to a bodybuilding coach in hopes that he could dial in the drugs for him and help him get even bigger than he was at that point, so that he could accomplish his social media goals. This is pretty crazy information, and I was like so excited and surprised to see this, because I just think someone that's going to lie about that on so many podcasts, claim that he's natural, would do a better job of covering it up. Or like, I feel like if you're someone that's going to say you're natural, you would only be able to do that if you've told like nobody. Because even if you told like your wife and then you get a divorce and then she tells everyone, yeah, he's a liar, he's on steroids, he just tells everyone he's natural. Like, you would literally have to tell nobody if you wanted to claim natural when you're not. But there's a lot of people that do it. Mike O'Hearn. I'm surprised nothing like this has come out from Mike O'Hearn. But anyway, okay, so here's a little bit more of the emails between the coach. He's doing like a questionnaire, trying to get more information from Liver King so that he can help him with his goals. And again, here's where we can kind of see like the speech patterns. Like, this sounds like Liver King to me. So, okay. What up, coach? I hope your MRI went well. See my answers below in red. So the question was front and back pictures of what you look like now, 4-quarter turns, and the 7 mandatory bodybuilding poses if possible. This way we have a starting point and can decide where to improve and how you hold your body fat. Also send me pictures of the best shape and condition you've had in the past 4-quarter turns and 7 mandatory bodybuilding poses if you have them. That way we have a clear goal and see where we can improve on your previous shape. Then Liver King responds, I have no idea what these poses are. I'm sure that I could Google them, but it would take too much effort right now, and I want to get this done within 30 minutes. I don't store body fat anywhere except my love handles, back fat. I need some serious help with this. That definitely sounds like a very busy CEO type of person. Like, I don't know what that is. I don't have time for this. I want to get this done in 30 minutes. I hold fat in my body fat in my love handles. So let's start there. Like, I don't have time to take all these silly pictures. I got to get to my next meeting, blah, blah, blah. But it just sounds like him because he's kind of like no nonsense, like this. Let's just get it done, schedule. Like, that's the type of person he seems like he is. And if you guys watch the full video, there's even more questions and answers that just totally sound like they match his speech patterns. So yeah, this is crazy. So Liver King, not natty officially. I mean, not 100% officially because we don't know if these emails were faked, but I'm pretty sure that they're real. What do you guys think? Leave it in the comments. Also, I will leave the link for the More Plates, More Dates video in the description if you want to watch the full thing. It's like an hour long and it's an awesome video. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you could smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one.
Dude, you gotta watch this video.